Hey folks, imagine this. You're finally settling into your dream home after a tough divorce, thinking life's about to get peaceful. And then bam, your daughter calls you mid-meeting, voice steady as steel, saying, "Mom, there's a guy here with a gun pointed at me, but don't freak out. I've got it under control. Just get home quick before he ends up on the news." My heart dropped like a rock. I bolted from that conference room, leaving my bosses staring. And as I sped through traffic, all I could think was, how the hell did our fresh start in Willow Creek turn into this nightmare so fast? We'd only been there 2 weeks, and already the homeowners association was treating us like criminals. Turns out, they had no clue who they were messing with, especially when it came to my girl Sophia. But more on that later. Let me back up a bit, paint the picture for you. I'm Emily Harper, 47, a consumer rights lawyer out of Seattle, always fighting for the little guy against big corporations that think they own everything. After 22 years of marriage ended amicably, thank God for that, I scooped up this charming colonial in Willow Creek, lured by the brochure promising tight-knit neighbors, pristine lawns, and that suburban bliss where everyone waves hello. Sounded perfect, right? But on day one, this jittery lady in her 50s rings the doorbell. Diane Foster, HOA secretary, hands me this massive binder of rules, eyes darting like she's delivering bad news, muttering, "Read it quick to avoid incidents." Incidents. I chuckled it off as her being quirky, but flipping through that thing later, my lawyer senses tingled. Rules like no street parking after dark, even for visitors, no parties over 6 people without board approval, and get this, they could inspect your house with just a day's notice. Straight up invasive. Probably illegal under state law, but I figured I'd sort it at the next meeting. Focus on unpacking instead, making the place feel like home, with my bookshelves just so, and the kitchen smelling like fresh coffee. Then Sophia rolls in for her 2-week break. She's 34, my absolute rock, sharp as a tack. And though she plays it low-key as a federal worker, she's actually an FBI special ops leader out of D.C., the kind who stared down real threats without blinking. We were sipping coffee on the porch that first morning when our neighbor Evelyn Brooks shuffles over. Sweet older lady with a twinkle in her eye whispers, "Welcome to the kingdom, dears. Watch out for Victor Lang, our HOA kingpin, ex-cop with a chip on his shoulder, and his sidekick Frank, who struts around like he's mall security on steroids." She leaned in, voice dropping. "Victor's got this thing for control. Rumor is he got booted from the force for roughing up suspects. Now he lords it over us to feel big again. And Frank? Just a bully looking for a badge." We laughed it off, but damn if it didn't foreshadow everything. It started small. My car parked a hair over the line one night. Next morning, there's this glaring orange ticket slapped on the windshield. $50 fine from security enforcer Frank Harlan. Ridiculous, I thought, emailing the board with legal citations on fair enforcement, but 20 minutes later, Victor calls, voice dripping fake charm turning sharp. "Miss Harper, newcomers like you don't get how we keep values high here. No exceptions. Pay up or things get uncomfortable for folks who stir trouble." The threat hung there like smoke, and that night we hear scraping outside. Sophia peeks out, and there's Frank spray painting a big ugly red circle on our lawn. Turns to me when I yell, "What the?" and smirks, tapping his hip holster. "Official warning, ma'am. Next time it escalates." My blood boiled, but Sophia just snapped pics, calm as ever, murmuring, "Mom, these guys are classic small-time tyrants. Power tripping because they can... I've seen it in ops, but this? Over grass? Hilarious in a twisted way." We showed up to that mandatory HOA meeting ready, room full of quiet neighbors shifting in their seats as Victor stands tall, silver hair slicked back, barking orders like a drill sergeant. He spots me, sneers, "Ah, our new resident Miss Harper," already sharing her expert views on our rules. The air thickened as he shut down questions on rising fees. Some guy, Alex Rivera, asks about tripled security costs, and Victor cuts him off. "Non-negotiable, Alex. Regional threats, you understand. No details, just intimidation, eyes boring into anyone who dared speak." I raised my hand last, laid out the illegal inspection clause, fines exceeding state limits, voice steady from years in court, but Victor's face twisted. "Our attorneys vetted this years ago. If you can't hack it, maybe Willow Creek isn't for you. Troublemakers don't last long." The room went silent, humiliation stinging, but as we left, Diane slips me a note. "Careful. Cameras everywhere. They're watching." Then Frank bumps me hard, growls low, "We handle types like you. Ask the Millers why they bailed last year." Back home, Sophia's chatting with Evelyn and Alex. They'd been digging. Alex showing footage from his cams. Victor pocketing cash from shady contractors. Frank slapping fines only on problem homes. And worst, them eyeing properties like mine on a list. It's a scam, Alex whispers. Victor's brother owns a real estate firm. They harass owners in prime spots near the highway, force cheap sales before rezoning turns it commercial, pocket millions while jacking HOA funds for security. That's just Frank's salary. Evelyn nods, notebook out. She's a retired reporter, tracked 28 families bullied out over 3 years, all to feed Victor's greed and ego. Born from his cop days where he bent rules for kicks, now weaponizing the HOA because he craves that rush of control. My stomach churned. Not just petty rules, but a calculated scheme preying on vulnerable folks, isolating them so they fold. Sophia's eyes lit. She thrives on puzzles like this, murmuring, "Mom, they've targeted us from day one. Your lot completes their block, but they've poked the wrong bear." Things ramped up fast. I filed a city complaint on their practices, and poof, our water cuts off mid-afternoon, Frank grinning at the door. "Maintenance, ladies. Joe a discretion. Maybe stock up next time you whine." Sophia installed hidden cams that night, borrowing FBI gear, while Frank's car lurked outside, flashlight probing our windows like some creep. We met Diane secretly at a coffee shop. She hands over a USB, trembling. "Financials show $600K siphoned to Victor's shells. My aunt got harassed out. Sold low to his kin. I took the secretary gig to nail him." Motive clear. Victor's not just power-hungry. He's bitter from his forced retirement. Sees the neighborhood as his fiefdom to reclaim lost glory, and with resounding whispers from his city hall buddies, it's a goldmine. Sophia runs checks through her FBI pal. Victor's got a rap sheet of dropped excessive force cases, Frank's permit revoked for waving guns at strangers, and bam, links to a broader HOA fraud ring laundering cash. Car vandalized next morning, obey or GTFO scrawled in paint. We documented it all, building our case, but the real spark hit when Alex texts, "Frank at my door. Gun out." Sophia's gone in a flash. I call cops, but they're delayed, so I follow, heart pounding, arriving to see Frank jabbing at Alex's cams, holster hand twitching, bellowing, "Take him down, violate privacy rules, or $200 daily fine." Alex stands firm. "My property, my right." But Frank draws, waving it wild. "You don't get it. I say jump, you ask how high." Sophia steps in cool as ice. "Actually, sir, Covenant Section 14's on landscaping, not cams. Back off." Frank spins furious. "Who are you, bitch?" and fires a warning shot skyward. Big mistake. In a blur, Sophia disarms him. Wrist twist, elbow lock, pins him face down, voice even. "Amateurs always finger the trigger too soon. Alex, grab the gun with your shirt, prints intact." Cops roll up. Sophia flashes badge, FBI, armed threat, invalid permit. And as they cuff Frank, Victor screeches in, "Misunderstanding, he's security." But the officer snaps, "Step back or join him." Victor hisses at Sophia, "You messed with the wrong people." And she smiles back. Funny. I was thinking the same. Retaliation poured in. Stack of bogus fines in the mail. Garden trashed by kids on cam but masked. Victor's desperate now. His empire cracking as we rally 25 neighbors at a diner, sharing horror stories of targeted harassment, all tied to his land grab. Diane leaks more. Our block's key for his $8 million flip post rezoning. We push for a board ouster at the emergency meeting. Victor's fuming. Disruptors like Harper threaten our standards. Tries expelling me with his slimy lawyer. But when I lay out the fraud evidence, Diane stands. "It's all true. I've got proof." Room erupts. Victor storms out yelling, "You'll regret this." But the vote flips the board. Evelyn interim prez, transparency committee born. We get home triumphant. Door jimmied. Victor inside my armchair, gun on knee, sneering, "Private chat, no cops." Sophia signals me back, hand near her pocket recorder. "Be at ease, Federal Victor. Walk away while you can." He laughs bitter. "I know you're FBI now, Sophia. Impressive, but accidents happen." Waves the gun, demands we sign retraction and sell cheap. $60K over ask, refuse, and it's a botched burglary. Sophia keeps him talking, drawing confessions like thread, his scheme's depth. 36 properties squeezed, kickbacks, cop dirt to bury it all, ego spilling because he thinks he's won. 3 years building this. Your mom's a pest. You're a wild card. Time to remove obstacles. He aims at me. Sign or else. Even feds bleed. Sophia's calm. 2 things. That gun's stolen from evidence. Your retirement souvenir. And this chat's live to my team outside. He falters. She strikes. Disarms Slick. Pins him as agents burst in. "Victor Lang, you're under arrest for extortion, fraud, assault, the works." His face crumples. "You can't. I own this town." But Sophia quips, "Not anymore. Threatening my mom? Worst play yet." Weeks later, backyard BBQ with freed neighbors. Victor's locked up 14 years for the scam. Forced restitution. Frank got 7, singing like a bird. Willow Creek's thriving now. Open books. Real community. Sophia transferred local, helping rewrite rules. And the case sparked state HOA reforms, exposing how these boards can turn toxic when greed meets unchecked power. But here's the thing that still nags me. Was Victor just a crook, or did the system let him thrive because we all look away from neighborhood bullies until they hit home? Made me wonder if justice always wins, or if sometimes it's luck we pick the fight. What do you think? Ever dealt with HOA hell or community power trips? Drop a comment. Was Victor pure evil or a product of a broken setup? Share your stories, hit like if this hooked you, subscribe for more real-life twists. Let's chat about where the line is between rules and tyranny.